Yo, what's up? Bob here. Welcome to the Bob Bradley YouTube channel. It's been an incredibly busy time for me. April in particular, we had Record Store Day. That was a couple videos. Then we had Derby Week here in Louisville. There's tons of events. It's sort of similar to Mardi Gras Week. We kind of have that in common with New Orleans. So there's a lot going on. And of course, it culminated with the Derby. And for me, the Barnstable Brown Derby event, which is a huge party that is world famous. Lots of rich people and celebrities are there, but I was asked to be the guitar tech and help out the celebrity guests, make sure that they got on and off stage and had the right guitar and it was in the right tuning and all that kind of stuff. So I made a video about it. Thanks to everyone who watched it. And if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's pretty cool. If you ever wondered what it was like here during Derby time. That said, as everyone was doing all of the Derby events, the marathon, the balloon race, the steamboat race, the parade, the Oaks, all of these things, I was out looking for records. Yeah, trying to add some nice pieces to my collection. And lo and behold, I found some. So let's get into those right now. If there was ever a time to say this, it's right now. Coming in hot, Rick James, Street Songs. This is an incredibly hard record to find. Clean Rick James on the front, white Rickenbacker bass, knee-high red boots, leather jumpsuit, give it to me baby, Super Freak, featuring the Temptations. That's right, one of Rick James's uncles was a Temptation. And this is a fantastic record. Rick James, a very unique artist, kind of an operatic singing style at times, kind of a, novel singer, but an incredible bassist. This, of course, is on the Gordy label. Pretty nice copy. This is a crazy funky record. It's from '81, and I think I paid like $8 for this. That said, it's hard to find, especially a clean copy. This one plays great. Sounds pretty good. Yeah, really excited about that. Here's something you may or may not know. Batman and Robin, the sensational guitars of Dan and Dale. Yeah, Dave, the VC ambassador, turned me on to this record. A lot of people don't know this, but uncredited musicians on this record are Sun Ra and the orchestra, some of the members. And, it's just a cool kind of unknown thing. It's just kind of part surf, part organ jazz. It's a cool record, but of course it is Batman-related music. I think they pulled some other tracks from some previous recordings as well, but this is pretty cool. Now, this cover, you can tell that some kids played with it. I could see like a youngster carrying this around in 1966. Luckily, the record survived in really good shape. It's on that Tifton label, 1966. Pretty solid copy. Paid $15 for it. Definitely cool for any Sun Ra collector. Super excited to find this record. I've been putting together my Freddie King collection, and this is a smoker of a record. Freddie King, Texas Cannonball. Man, this is fantastic. Awesome version of Ain't No Sunshine, The Sky Is Crying. This is badass. Freddie King, all three Kings are very important. Freddie King is probably, it's hard for me to put him over BB, but because I've been listening to BB King for a long time. That said, this is a must-have. Getting Ready, Texas Cannonball, they're from the same period. Both must-have blues records for the collection. It is on that Shelter label. This is the one with the marked out Superman logo. This is really cool. I paid $25 for this. That was actually a pretty good deal. This goes for a lot more. If you see it, pick it up. Yeah. Oh, it's so funky. It's funky. It's heavy blues, really heavy guitar tones. Speaking of the blues, heavy blues, we're talking about Muddy Waters, we're talking about Buddy Guy. We all know this record. We all probably have this record in our collections. I have a couple copies of this now. But when I saw this one, I couldn't help myself. Muddy Waters, folk singer. This is a 1994 MoFi, so a little older Mobile Fidelity record, still on that white label. And let me tell you, this sounds really, really nice. I have the 33 AP. Now I know that the 45 is the one that everybody kind of goes on about. The 33 is very good. That said, I compared them yesterday, and this one seems to have a little bit more liveliness around the vocal. You know, some more of that reverb is kind of coming through. It's possibly got a tad bit more detail than the AP. Both are very strong. I mean, it could be personal preference as to which one you liked more. That said, this one right here is super strong. I don't know if I've heard a copy of this that sounds better than this particular pressing. I'm going to have to go see Jeffrey Lee Puckett and do a comparison on Folk Singer because he has multiple copies of the record. That said, this was fairly expensive. I think it was $80. I had some store credit and boom, picked it up. Last but not least, Tuko. Yes, Tuko. If you've never seen Tuko's channel, he's generally like riding around in his vehicle and going into, you know, secondhand shops and estate sales and things of this nature. And finding, you know, a lot of exotica and, you know, common titles that we all know and love. And he's getting them for cheap. And it's an entertaining show. You know, Tuko, he's a musician and a band guy like me. You know, we have long histories of playing music. So I like to watch Tuko quite a bit. And recently he put out a series of videos called The Dig of a Lifetime, where he found like an estate sale where they were selling like 100,000 records. And he was early on it and just found all these incredible records. He's done multiple parts for these videos, and you should definitely check him out because he's finding some of the rarest and most coveted titles. And I was really excited about it. I've been commenting a lot on those videos, and you know, when he finds stuff that I like a lot, I definitely would say things about that. Well, I left a comment about this next record. Little Beaver, yeah, Little Beaver, Joey. I said, Tuko, that Little Beaver is really great. Something to that effect, you know. I don't know what I said, but I said something. And Tuko sent me the record. Unbelievable, Tuko. Thank you so much. And let me tell you, if this is any sign as to the quality of records that the Dig of a Lifetime has to offer, wow, Tuko, you have found some nice records because this is very clean. I ultrasonically cleaned it a couple times and boom, it was really nice and quiet. I know a lot about the Dig of a Lifetime just by seeing this record. I know how it smells, know the quality of records that you're finding, and whew, my Lord. Now, about this record, Little Beaver, super legendary artist in the Florida area. And, you know, sometimes you get that. You get these artists that are really regionally famous, but they never really broke out, you know, worldwide or whatever. So their records are very difficult to find. And Little Beaver is one of those guys. If you're in Florida, probably could find a Little Beaver record with medium difficulty. Here in Kentucky, it's a lot tougher. Most people know this record. Yeah. Party Down by Little Beaver, which is a super funky record. You see a little Beaver here on the front, that big old hollow body Gibson. Got another one here. This one's white. That said, this is more of kind of a funky blues affair. And, you know, it has funk, soul, blues leanings. This is a fantastic sounding record. It is on that Cat label. And this is a hard to find little Beaver record. I have been spinning it quite a bit. Super funky and sonically fantastic. Speaking of funky things, my band, Condors in the System, just put out a EP, a 5-song EP called Reflections of Falcons. Yes. It's available here on YouTube and all streaming platforms, including our Bandcamp page if you want to go and support the band. If not, just check the music out. Just give it a listen if you're into funky instrumental stuff, because this is, you know, usually with the band we do vocal records, and they're kind of modern, you know, rock kind of affair. But we wanted to do an instrumental kind of funky rock thing, and that's what Reflections of Falcons is. So enjoy that. That said, this week we got the little Beaver. Yes. Folk singer. Woohoo! Mo-fi. You know, I don't buy a lot of mo-fi, but when I do, it tends to be the older ones. Freddie King, Texas Cannonball. Smoker. Batman, yes. The guitars of Dan and Dale, featuring Sun Ra and his orchestra. And last but not least, Rick James, Street Songs. Very cool, super funky Rick James record. Yeah, that's right. Anyway. Yeah, so we're back at it. I got some exciting things coming up. So, you know, thanks for watching, and watching all of the videos through April there. That was very cool. I got some cool stuff coming up. And yeah, check out the record. Anyway. All right. See you guys later.